Have you ever thought about the power of solitude? The strength that can be found in silence and self-reflection? Why is it that we often fear being alone with our thoughts? In our modern world, we're constantly bombarded with notifications, messages, and updates. We're under societal pressure to stay connected, to be in the know, to not miss out on anything. This constant connectivity can lead to a sense of overwhelm, a feeling of being always on, always available, and never truly at peace. I remember a time when I found myself caught in this whirlwind of constant communication and information overload. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of noise, unable to hear my own thoughts. It was during this period of overwhelm that I made a decision to step back, to disconnect, to seek solitude. Now, the decision to seek solitude wasn't an easy one. There was a fear of missing out, a fear of being left behind, a fear of what I might find in the silence. But there was also a sense of longing, a longing for peace, a longing for clarity, a longing to truly know myself. The initial journey into solitude was uncomfortable. There was a stark contrast between the constant noise of everyday life and the silence that solitude offered. But as I sat with this discomfort, as I allowed myself to be alone with my thoughts, I began to understand the power of solitude. Solitude offered me a space to reflect, a space to breathe, a space to be truly present with myself. It allowed me to tune out the noise of the world and tune into my own thoughts, my own desires, my own needs. It was in this space of solitude that I began to understand myself on a deeper level, to connect with myself in a way I never had before. And so, I embarked on a journey into solitude, not knowing what I would find. The journey into solitude wasn't easy. It was a path laden with doubts and fears, but also with the promise of self-discovery. The first step was the hardest, disconnecting from the world, detaching from the noise and distractions. It was like stepping into a dark room, unsure of what was in store, but it was also the start of an extraordinary journey towards self-awareness. The process of disconnecting was a struggle in itself. The mind, accustomed to the constant influx of information, had to learn to quieten. The silence was deafening at first, but gradually it became a comforting friend. It was in this silence that the real journey began. Dealing with the thoughts and emotions that surfaced was like navigating a storm. There were moments of calm, moments of turmoil, and moments of profound insight. Emotions that had been suppressed, thoughts that had been dismissed, all came to the surface. It was disconcerting, to say the least, but it was also liberating. It was like shedding off layers of pretense, unmasking the true self. The lessons learned during this time were invaluable. Solitude taught patience, the ability to sit with discomfort, and the courage to face one's demons. It showed the importance of self-care, of being kind to oneself, of acknowledging one's strengths and weaknesses. It revealed the power of introspection, of reflecting on one's actions, thoughts, and feelings. The journey was also a testament to resilience. It showed that it's possible to weather the storm, to navigate the darkest corners of one's mind, and emerge stronger. It reinforced the belief that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, every setback a stepping stone to success. But perhaps the most important lesson was the discovery of the self. The journey into solitude was a journey into the depths of the self, a journey that led to self-discovery, self-acceptance, and self-love. It was a journey that brought clarity, purpose, and direction. The journey was challenging, but it was in the silence that I found my voice. After months of solitude, I emerged, not as a different person, but as a more authentic version of myself. The world continued to spin in its chaotic dance, but I was moving to a different beat. My return was not a grand event, marked by fanfare or celebration. It was a gentle re-entry, a quiet awakening. Those around me, they noticed the change. Some asked if I had been on a vacation. Others wondered if I had changed my diet or started a new workout regimen. I simply smiled and told them I'd been spending some time with myself in solitude. I could see the bemusement in their eyes, the unasked questions. How could solitude bring about such a transformation? The answer is simple yet profound. In the quiet depths of solitude, I found clarity. I discovered the core values that truly mattered to me, and I realized the goals that I truly wanted to pursue. I realized that in the noise of the world, I had lost sight of my own voice. But in the silence of solitude, my voice found its way back to me. In the world, we often measure success by external standards: wealth, power, fame. But in solitude, success is measured by the alignment between who you are and who you aspire to be. And in that alignment, I found a peace and a power that I had never known before. My return to the world was not a return to the old ways. It was a step forward into a life more in tune with my authentic self. I found that my decisions were clearer, my actions more purposeful, and my interactions more genuine. I re-entered the world, not to conform to its expectations, but to live by my own. The world might not have changed in my absence, but I had, and that made all the difference. I returned not with a bang, but with a quiet confidence, a subtle power, a gentle strength. I returned, not to the applause of the world, but to the silent cheer of my own heart. The world might not have changed in my absence, but I had. The impact of my journey into solitude was far-reaching. It wasn't just about finding myself, it was about understanding my place in the world. A shift happened. Like a camera lens refocusing, my perspective changed. Suddenly, the world wasn't just a flurry of distractions and noise, it was a canvas of opportunities waiting for me to leave my mark. It's funny how silence can speak volumes. In the quiet, I found clarity. The constant hum of thoughts that used to crowd my mind, they quieted down. I began to hear the whispers of my heart, the echoes of my dreams. They guided me, steering me towards a path that felt right, that felt authentic. This newfound clarity didn't just stay within me, it extended to my relationships. When we're constantly distracted, it's easy to take people for granted, to forget the magic of meaningful connections. But solitude taught me to value these connections, to invest my time and energy into nurturing them. I learned to listen, to really listen, not just to the words spoken, but to the emotions that lay beneath them. My work, too, was transformed. I was no longer just going through the motions, checking off tasks from a list. Instead, I was fully engaged, infusing every assignment, every project with passion and purpose. I found joy in the process, not just the outcomes. And it wasn't just my relationships and work that felt the positive impact. My overall well-being improved. I was happier, more content. I felt balanced, grounded. No longer was I running on a treadmill, always chasing after something. Instead, I was walking my own path at my own pace, enjoying the journey. Solitude gave me something priceless. It gave me the space to introspect, to question, to dream, to grow. It was like stepping away from a painting to appreciate the full picture. It gave me the perspective to see my life, not as a series of disconnected events, but as a beautiful, intricate tapestry, each thread as significant as the other. Solitude didn't just change me, it transformed my life. Self-reflection is a powerful tool. It's a mirror that shows us who we truly are beyond the noise and distractions of the world. In the quiet moments when we're alone with our thoughts, we have the opportunity to delve into the depths of our being and understand our true essence. It's easy to lose ourselves in the hustle and bustle of daily life. We get caught up in our roles and responsibilities, and we often forget to pause and reflect on who we are and what we truly want. But during my time of solitude, I was reminded of the power of self-reflection. Self-reflection is not just about introspection. It's about understanding our strengths and weaknesses, our desires and fears, our dreams and aspirations. It's about asking ourselves the tough questions and being honest with the answers. It's about understanding our past, accepting our present, and envisioning our future. During my time of solitude, I learned many lessons about myself and the world around me. I learned that I am stronger than I ever thought possible. I learned that I am capable of achieving my dreams, no matter how big or small. I learned that I am not defined by my circumstances, but by my actions and my attitude. I also learned that the world is a beautiful and complex place, filled with opportunities and challenges. I learned that every experience, every interaction, every moment is a chance to learn and grow. I learned that life is not about what happens to us, but about how we react to it. The power of self-reflection lies in its ability to transform us. It helps us to understand ourselves better, to make sense of our experiences and to chart our own path in life. It allows us to learn from our mistakes, to celebrate our achievements, and to strive for our goals. It empowers us to be the best version of ourselves. In the silence of solitude, I discovered the power of self-reflection and the importance of knowing oneself. And I am grateful for this journey of self-discovery, for it has shown me the beauty and the power of being true to myself. It has taught me that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that the journey starts with self-reflection.